You are listening to the Objects of Affection collection. Study 3, The Future of Luxury. Ganit Goldstein, the generative architect of computational textiles. Ganit Goldstein is not a designer in the traditional sense. She is a visionary at the forefront of a new era of luxury. She is a technology developer who uses fabric as a canvas for pioneering research and innovation. Her work is a masterful synthesis of age-old craft and cutting-edge digital technology. A hybrid method that champions on-demand, customized, and high-value garments over the fleeting trends of fast fashion. Foundational principles. Where tradition meets innovation, 3D printed lace. Goldstein's design philosophy is a choreography of opposites. Her early explorations into 3D printing might have kept her tethered to the world of pure technology. But her immersive study of Japanese ikat weaving revealed something more profound, that tradition itself holds the DNA of innovation. Craft is a generative code, she says. The gestures of the hand, passed down through centuries, become the architecture for new digital systems. Her approach is less about replacing one with the other than about weaving the two together into a new design language. Her 3D printed lace exemplifies this philosophy. Inspired by the delicacy of 19th-century hand-crocheted lace, she reimagined it as stitches in the air, filigree structures generated by algorithm, floating free of needle and thread. This is not a nostalgic reproduction, but a rebirth. A 21st-century lace that carries within it the memory of the past and the logic of the future. Bespoke, sustainable, eternal in a world fatigued by mass production and waste, Goldstein's process feels like an antidote. Each garment begins with a full-body 3D scan, capturing not just measurements but the topography of the wearer's body. From this digital twin, she constructs a garment sculpted to fit like a second skin. The workflow is radical in its precision, and in its sustainability. Waste is minimized, seams are reduced, and production happens on demand, bypassing the industrial churn of overstock and landfill. What emerges is an object of permanence, a garment so uniquely tied to its wearer that it resists disposability. Here, luxury is redefined. It is not about having more but about having better, a piece crafted with such fidelity and intentionality that it becomes irreplaceable. Beyond the runway, intelligent textiles. Goldstein's work transcends fashion as we know it. To her, textiles are not static surfaces, but living systems capable of interaction, adaptation, even expression. Her interactive fashion collection and electric skin project push fabric into new realms. Woven with conductive fibers and sensors, garments shift color with temperature, alter texture with movement, or ripple in response to data. They behave less like clothing and more like organisms, responsive, alive, intelligent. This thinking found its most daring application in her prototype spacesuit for MIT. Unlike the bulky shells of traditional astronaut gear, Goldstein's suit applies mechanical counterpressure through 3D printed polymers, wrapping the body in a flexible, breathable skin. What began as couture experimentation translated seamlessly into aerospace engineering, a leap that underscores just how far textiles can go when liberated from convention. Collaboration as creation. Ganit Goldstein's vision is amplified by her collaborative spirit. She works hand-in-hand with technological leaders such as Stratasys and Intel, not merely adopting their tools but co-developing new ones. Her practice is not about mastering existing systems, but about inventing future ones. It is this systems-level approach that makes her practice so compelling. She is not a couturier in the traditional sense, nor an engineer nor a coder, but something larger, a connector of disciplines who designs the frameworks as much as the final garments. A reimagined luxury. In Goldstein's hands, luxury is no longer a logo or a fleeting trend. It is intelligence woven into fabric, sustainability encoded in process, personalization sculpted into form. It is clothing that remembers the past even as it anticipates the future. Her garments whisper of a world to come, where clothing is cultivated, not consumed, where tradition is not discarded but reprogrammed, where every thread is alive with possibility. And if the future of luxury is indeed intelligent, sustainable and eternal, then Ganit Goldstein has already begun to weave it. Authored by Christopher Banks, anthropologist of luxury and critical theorist. Office of Critical Theory and Curatorial Strategy, Objects of Affection collection. This has been a study from the Objects of Affection collection, a critical art research institution operating under the framework of post-luxury conceptual functional art. Read the full research at objectsofaffectioncollection.com.